You're standing in a store, scrolling on your phone, doing quiet math in your head, wondering how money feels tighter, even though you're trying harder than ever. And that's where this video begins. 6 ways to get the most out of your money. Frugal old-fashioned living, and how to live below your means, not as a lecture, but as a realization many people are having right now. Something strange is happening in the world. People earn more than past generations, yet feel more anxious about money than their parents ever did. Prices rise quietly. Spending happens with one tap, and somehow, money disappears without a clear memory of where it went. So, you ask yourself, why does it feel like I'm always behind, even when I'm careful? However, some people live with less income, fewer things, and still sleep better at night. They don't look rich. They don't talk about money online, but they're calm, confident, in control. So, what do they know that you don't? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why old-fashioned frugal living isn't about going backward. It's about finally getting ahead on purpose. The problem with money today isn't that you're irresponsible. It's that spending has become invisible. In the past, money was physical. You felt it leave your hands. You noticed when it was running low. Today, money slips away quietly through auto-renewals, digital wallets, buy now pay later plans, and small, monthly charges that never feel serious on their own. That's why so many people feel confused instead of reckless. You don't remember making bad decisions, yet your account balance tells a different story. Modern life removes friction. No pause. No reflection. Just convenience. And convenience is expensive. Old-fashioned living wasn't about being cheap. It was about awareness. People reused, repaired, waited, and planned, not because they had less, but because money required intention. That awareness is what's missing today. And once you get it back, everything starts to change. Number 1, practice financial slowing. Here's a new idea most people aren't talking about. You don't need a stricter budget. You need to slow down. Financial slowing means putting space between desire and decision. Not forever, just long enough to regain control. Today, everything pushes urgency. Limited time offers, flash sales. Only 2 left. These messages bypass logic and trigger emotion. When you slow spending, you interrupt that cycle. Something simple, like waiting 24 or 48 hours before buying anything non-essential, can change how your brain responds to money. Old-fashioned living was naturally slow. People planned purchases, compared options, talked it over, and often changed their minds. That pause saved more money than any spreadsheet ever could. And here's the surprising part. Slowing doesn't feel restrictive. It feels calming. Most wants fade when given time. What remains are the things that truly matter. Financial slowing isn't about saying no to yourself. It's about saying not yet. And not yet gives you power. When money decisions slow down, confidence speeds up. You stop reacting. You start choosing. That's how frugal living becomes freedom, not sacrifice. 2. Redefine what enough means. At some point, you were told that more money would fix the stress. More income. More upgrades. More comfort. But here's the quiet truth most people discover too late. More has no finish line. The moment one goal is reached, another appears. And the feeling you were chasing never fully arrives. Old-fashioned frugal living started with a simple idea: enough. Not excess. Not comparison. Enough food, enough shelter, enough safety, enough peace. Past generations didn't measure success by constant improvement. They measured it by stability. Today, enough has been replaced by constant exposure. You see how others live, travel, spend, and upgrade. Without realizing it, your definition of normal shifts upward. That's how lifestyle inflation sneaks in. Not through greed, but through quiet pressure. Redefining enough is powerful. It's a personal line you draw. Enough sleep, enough savings to breathe, enough margin to say no. When you decide what enough looks like in daily life, not just in numbers, money loses its emotional grip. People who know they're enough stop chasing approval. They spend with confidence instead of guilt. They live below their means not because they have to, but because they want calm more than applause. 3. Use old tools in a new world. Before apps and algorithms, people controlled money by separating it. Cash for food, cash for bills, cash for savings. It was simple, visible, and effective. Today, everything is blended into one account, and that's part of the problem. Old tools worked because they created boundaries. You knew when one category was empty. Modern money hides those limits. But the solution isn't going backward. It's translating old wisdom into new systems. Instead of cash envelopes, create digital boundaries. Separate accounts with clear purposes. One for daily spending, one for fixed bills, one for long-term security. Name them with intention. When money has a job, it behaves better. This approach reduces decision fatigue. You no longer wonder if you can afford something you already know. Old-fashioned systems removed emotion from spending, and that's exactly what modern life needs. Frugal living isn't about restriction. It's about structure. When structure is clear, stress fades. You stop negotiating with yourself. You start trusting your system. And that trust is worth more than any financial app promising shortcuts. 4. Buy time, not things. Most people believe money is for buying things. But the smartest use of money has always been something else: buying time. Time to rest. Time to think. Time to avoid rushed decisions that cost more later. Old-fashioned living understood this deeply. People fixed what they owned instead of replacing it. They planned meals instead of scrambling every day. They prepared in advance, so life didn't feel like an emergency. That wasn't boring, it was freeing. Today, time scarcity is the real problem. When you're always rushing, you spend more. Convenience feels necessary. Fast choices feel justified. And money leaks faster when life feels chaotic. Buying time means reducing future stress. It means fewer last-minute purchases, fewer panic decisions, fewer "why did I do that?" moments. It's cooking once and eating twice. It's maintaining instead of constantly replacing. It's choosing calm over speed. Here's the shift. People who feel rich aren't surrounded by things. They're surrounded by margin, space in their schedule, space in their budget, space in their mind. When you use money to buy time, life slows down, and clarity speeds up. 5. Turn skills into security. Money comes and goes. Skills stay. In the past, skills were survival. Cooking, repairing, planning, negotiating. People solved problems instead of spending their way out of them. That mindset didn't disappear. It just got forgotten. Today, skills are quiet security. Every skill you learn reduces future spending. It lowers stress. It builds confidence. When something breaks, changes, or costs more than expected, skills give you options. And options are powerful. You don't need to master everything. Just one useful skill at a time. Learning to cook a few simple meals. Understanding basic repairs. Planning ahead instead of reacting. These small abilities compound over time. Here's what most people miss. Skills change how you feel about money. You stop feeling fragile. You stop feeling dependent. You trust yourself more. Old-fashioned frugal living wasn't about having less. It was about knowing more. And when you turn skills into security, money stops being the only thing holding your life together. 6. Build a quiet wealth identity. Most people think wealth is something you show. A better car. A bigger home, a lifestyle others can see. But the most financially secure people often live quietly. They don't advertise stability, they protect it. Quiet wealth is an identity shift. It's choosing comfort over comparison, calm over applause, control over attention. Old-fashioned living respected privacy. Money matters stayed personal, and that privacy created strength. Today, social media turns spending into performance. It rewards visibility, not wisdom. When you step out of that cycle, something changes. You stop buying to prove. You start buying to support your life. Quiet wealth looks like options. Saying no without stress. Handling surprises without panic. Sleeping well because your choices match your values. It's not flashy, but it's powerful. When you build a quiet wealth identity, frugal living stops feeling like sacrifice. It feels like self-respect. You're no longer reacting to the world's expectations. You're living intentionally, on your terms. And that confidence doesn't need validation. Think back to that moment, standing in the store, checking prices, feeling unsure. The difference now is awareness. You know the problem was never that you weren't trying hard enough. It was that no one taught you how to slow down, define enough, and live with intention. Old-fashioned frugal living isn't about doing without. It's about doing what matters. It's choosing peace over pressure, stability over stress, direction over drift. You don't need extreme rules. You don't need to earn more tomorrow. You just need clarity today. When you live below your means, you rise above anxiety. When you spend on purpose, money becomes a tool, not a threat. This is how people quietly get ahead. Not through luck, not through perfection, but through small, thoughtful choices made consistently. And here's the most important part. You are not behind. You're right on time to choose a calmer, smarter, more intentional way forward. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next.